Hello students, in this video we are going to see about the ninth experiment in data structures with C laboratory. Let us go to the program. The topic is design, develop and implement a program in C for the following operations on singly linked circular linked list, that is called as SCLL with header nodes. So we are going to implement the concept of singly circular linked list, for which application we are going to use means we are going to evaluate a polynomial equation called P of x comma y comma z. That means there are three important coefficients values are given. So first task is to evaluate the polynomial expressions and going to give the values of that expression. The second task is to sum addition of two polynomial equations. So that polynomial equations are given like poly 1 and poly 2 with respect to three important coefficient values. So we are going to add the two polynomials using the function called polysum. Then we are going to do the appropriate functions for addition of these two polynomials. So there are two important tasks given under the singly circular linked list, that is evaluation of polynomial expression. Another one is addition of two polynomial equations. Fine. So before going to see the equations of polynomial expressions and addition of two polynomial, but first of all we must aware on the topic of circular singly linked list. What is meant by circular singly linked list? It is a type of data structure that is made up of nodes that are created using self-referential structures. The below diagram shows the example of circular singly linked list. So the first node is called as a header node. Header has some value. The rest of the nodes are data nodes. So here the ending node is connected with the header node. So if we connect two terminal nodes, we'll be getting a circular fashion. So the same concepts is applied here in the singly linked list also. The terminal node of that list is connected with the header node. The same concept is given in another example here. The header node is there. So header node is having separate head pointer. Then the remaining nodes will be connected respectively. That last node is connected together with the header node. So this is the concept of circular linked list. With this, how we can add two polynomials using circular linked list? It is a question. It is a task given to us. So how we can add means first we must know the literal and theoretical meaning of addition of two polynomials. So here are some of the examples given here for mathematics oriented one. The first example is 3x cube minus 7x is added with 3x cube plus 4x. So how we can add? We must see the coefficient values, that's cube factors. So here 3x cube is added with the 3x cube. So 3 plus 3, 6x cube will come. Then minus 7x plus 4x. So the values are minus 7 plus 3. So when you add minus 7 plus 3, you will be getting minus 3. So the minus 3x is the final answer. So 6x cube minus 3x is the answer for this addition. Likewise, all of the two polynomials are added together. How we can add it in programming means there are some formula algorithm is followed. So the first step is to create a two circular linked list where each node will consist of coefficients like power of x, power of y and pointed to the next node. Like that we should create a two circular linked list. Then traverse both the polynomials and check the following condition. So once the two circular linked lists are created, we should traverse from each polynomial like by checking the following conditions here. So what are the conditions given here means x of first polynomial is greater than the power of x of second polynomial. What we should do? We should store the node of first polynomial in resultant polynomial and increase the count of polynomial 1. So likewise we have to compare the power of x everywhere. So we if the first polynomial power of x is greater than the second polynomial power of x means we should increment the polynomial counter as 1. Similarly, if it is lesser, we should move that polynomial into the resultant polynomial and we should increase the counter of polynomial 2. Like that, there are four conditions are given. So the third condition is if the power of x of first polynomial is equal to the power of x of second polynomial, then the power of y of first polynomial is greater than the power of y means then the first polynomial value is stored as resultant, then it is increased in the one level. So first polynomial value is increased. Similar, the same condition is given. If it is the second polynomial is greater, means we should move the second polynomial to the resultant polynomial. Then we should increase the counter of polynomial 2. So likewise, there are 4 important various conditions are given here. Then all the conditions are checked. Then at last, if there are nodes left to be traversed in first polynomial or in second polynomial, then apply them in the resultant polynomial. So if any polynomial factors are left, we can add it at last in the resultant polynomial. Finally, print the resultant polynomial. So final step is to print the value of resultant polynomial. Likewise, there are 4 important steps to be followed when adding the polynomials. So we'll see. I hope so you understand the concepts. Now we'll see the program. First step is to include the header files. stdio.h, stdlib.h and math.h are the 3 important header files that has to be included. Then the next step is to define the maximum terms as 100. Here the maximum terms is defined as 100 here. So that is defined using the function called hash define max term of 100 here. The next step is to define the structure of that polynomial. Here the structure is made as type def of struct and coefficient values defined as float, and x exponent, y exponent and z exponent are declared as integers. Then finally it ends with a structure member variable as polynomial with the array of maximum terms. So here maximum terms is 100 here. Likewise, this polynomial structure is made. Then total terms is made as and initialized as 0. Then attach. Attach is a one user defined function which will combine the polynomial into one formation. So it will take the coefficient of each one. Coefficient exponent y, x exponent y, exponent z, like that. Then before going to attach, there is a condition that the total terms is greater than or equal to maximum terms. We cannot make the polynomial. So saying that print of too many terms in polynomial, we can exit from the program, or else we can start continuing the attaching process. So here terms of total terms of coefficient equal to coefficient, it is assigned as terms of total terms of x component is assigned as x component x, exponent x, exponent y, exponent z, and total terms is increased. It is incremented by 1. Likewise, then the next function is compare. Compare is a very important function here. So what it will do means it will compare 2 integers a and b and returns 1 if a is greater than b. Then both are equals means it returns -1. Like that, the comparison is made. Why we should compare means we should check the exponent factors of first polynomial x with second polynomial x. So this comparisons and all is happening here. So there are some conditions. What conditions are given here? Mean we should be focus on this one. Terms of start a of x component, x exponent, and terms of start b with x exponent is equal to, and start a of y exponent is equal to b of y exponent. Then z exponent is equal to z of exponent, means if 3 conditions are true, then return 0. Or else we can set the maximum exponent value of start a is equal to exponent of a, b equal to exponent of b. Then we are comparing maximum values of each. Maximum exponent of a is greater than b means we can return 1. As we mentioned here, it returns 1, or else it returns -1. Then how we can get the maximum exponents means there is a user defined function is made. Get maximum exponent of int t, int max of 0, then max less than or equal to terms of t, x exponent max is equal to terms of t, x exponent, terms of y exponent max is equal to terms of t, y exponent, max of terms t, z exponent is of max is equal to terms of t, y is z exponent, return max. Then this is the user defined function to add the polynomials. Here add polynomial is a function which takes the arguments as start a, finish A, start B, finish B, start D, finish D. Okay, then coefficient is declared as float, then total terms is as a pointer variable, it is pointing to start D. Then we are checking the condition that start A is less than or equal to finish A and start B is equal to less than or equal to start B. We can start comparing this. So the comparison operation is done. For case -1, there is a one rule. For case 0, one rule is there. Then for case 1, some condition is that. Then finally print polynomial will print the elements in the respective columns. So we'll see the outputs. How it looks means first yes. So this will look like this. Polynomial B with two terms is displaying like this. Then similarly polynomial A with two terms will be displaying like that. So in order to make it in this form, we are having this kind of statements here. So this print, yes, print polynomial. In order to display our polynomial in this format, we are having the condition of 5.2 f of x, exponent symbol is there, that percentage d of y, exponent symbol, like that we are making the printf statement like this. So this is for printing our data in a polynomial equations. Then read polynomial. Read polynomial is the function to retrieve the values, to get the values of each exponents. So x exponent, y exponent and z exponents are separately declared as integer and coefficient is declared as float. Then we are having the condition that if finish is greater than or equal to maximum times, we cannot allow the polynomial terms. So too many terms are defined in polynomial and number of terms also we can display and we can exit from this, or else we can start reading the values of each exponents. So exponent of x is red and exponent of y is red, exponent of z is red. So like that values are retrieved from the users. Then calculate polynomial sum. So this is the evaluation process. So how we can evaluate the polynomial means first we should read the values of polynomial by using the function read polynomial. Then we can display the values. Then for the second polynomial also we should read and we can print. Then finally add polynomial is the function to add the two polynomials. Print polynomial is for printing the polynomials. So like that it is done. So we'll go for the main case now. So what happens in the main case means there are three important user driven functions are applied here. One is evaluate this user polynomial expression. Second is for calculating the sum of polynomials, and third one is to exit. So based on the choice, case 1 for evaluating, so evaluate polynomial function is invoked. Then case 2 for calculate polynomial sum is invoked. Like that for every cases that respective user different functions are called. Then we'll see the operations of this polynomial operations. So this is the main menu, which is given like this. If you enter first choice, enter the value of x is asking, value of y will be asked, value of z will be asked. Then polynomial is evaluated into 82. Then second option is to add the summation of add the two polynomials. So first it will ask the first polynomial cases, second polynomial cases also it is given. So then finally this polynomial, two polynomials will be added, the output polynomial will be displaying like that. Okay, I hope you understand this logic. I'll catch you in the next video about next topic. Thank you.